That's definitely not gonna get me any trouble. That's not gonna get me into any trouble copyright-wise. Welcome to the Fluff, everybody. Yeah. Okay. We're back again with Death Parade. Last episode 4. That one. My God, that one hit me hard. I really enjoyed that one quite a lot. We had the beauty of seeing, well, it's not really beautiful, isn't it now? It's more tragic. But we had the beauty of seeing a son who understands, oh, my adoptive mom is actually great for me. I wish I could have said I loved her, or I could have done something for her. And then you have the mom who went through shit. Husbands over and over and over again. Did not take care of her children correctly. And then realized maybe I should try. Maybe I do want to be a good mom. There is some good inside me. But it's too late. And this would, like, if this was a soap opera, like Mexico, they would go crazy about this. Imagine that. If this was not anime, which I think this works best in anime, of course, because anime always has, like, allows itself to just go bonkers, right? I feel like it just goes beyond that any, like, live action thing can really allow itself to do. There's still a lot of, like, shows nowadays that's live action that you know, steps beyond, that are not afraid to, you know, express themselves fully in the weirdness that is our human creativity. But anime just does it in a special way. Episode 5. I am curious. We have not met any of the other people yet that we see in the intro, which either this is going to be the episode, because, like, knowing anime and, like, you know, the rising action, the climax, falling action, and conclusion, all that stuff, seeing that we got, like, all these characters in the intro, I assume episode 5 we're going to at least meet one of them. Well, how about we find out? Everything works. Good. Oh, you have a bedroom? Okay, good. Because I was wondering where the hell you're staying while being here. Who the fuck's Jimmy? Are these, like... Why do they remind... This reminds me of, like, Peanuts. Is this what is, like, the puppets we see in the intro? Like, the dolls? Not puppets, they're dolls, yeah. Oh, hey, Jimmy. Big ass smile, too. Very happy girl. Hell yeah, Jimmy, do it! And this is when Jimmy realizes he lured him into a trap. The ice was actually not thick enough for two people. And she waited and waited. And next thing you know, Jimmy fell. Down the abyss. And eventually woke up in Quindecim. This is what happens when you read too much, people. This is what happens when you watch too many shows, when you read too many stories, when you just dive into anything. Like, you make a joke about something that could happen, and then the joke is what happens, and you're like, this is because subconsciously I knew. Subconsciously, that smile was not a happy smile. It was a smile. I don't know about you, guys. I don't know about you. If you saw somebody fall into a pit and they're crying and you reach your hand towards them, the last thing I would do is go like, take my hand. Come on, boy. Won't you take a little girl's hand? Yes. Oh. Let me just say, Mr. Unknown, you should have a little bit more the same dream, okay? You should have a bit more of a known a better style of dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, your dreams are very picture book. Update the graphics a little bit. Just kidding. We all dream differently. You know, it would be interesting if they do actually have. I mean, okay, we got an arcade machine, which, yeah, some bars have arcade machines, so I guess that still counts. But it would be interesting if there was like one game that you could never find in pubs, like in any bar, you know, pubs or bar, you know, like just one game where you're like, why is this here? I'm trying to think of like a good example. The first thing that came to mind is like, you know, those like outdoors like baseball fields where like the machine throws a ball and you have to hit it. What if that was just popped up? Because that, well, I guess it's definitely not in a bar, but in Japan loves that. So that showing up, there it is. Those are the dolls I was speaking of. But that showing up in here probably would not be too surprising. What about Twister? Maybe Twister would be a bit still like a party game, but how do you also like work that out? Oh, you have clothes that weren't there before, huh? Let me look at that. Let me look at that again. It looks kind of nice. Looks kind of nice. Maybe for special occasions, for special occasions. You know, you do care a lot about all the human souls that get brought here. But when it comes to like accepting what is happening around you, you seem very nonchalant about things. Episode 2, you walked in here being told, by the way, you're dead. And you're like, oh, okay. Episode 5, you see a dress in your closet that was never there before. And you're like, was that there before? Oh, okay. Walk out. Who knows? And you're like, wait a minute. That's the girl in my dream. It's just... Does Nona have some influence on her mind? Also, what book did Nona look at the end of episode 2? Did these characters also show up there? Now I gotta check. Now I gotta see it for myself again. Come on now. Nona! What the hell were you reading at the end? Yes! I knew it. See, episode 1 may have fucked me over by not remembering everything correctly in episode 2. But I did remember correct that Nona had a book that had those characters. Why not? Something's... Oh shit. Oh no. Episode 5 decides to go against the routine. I would like ask that Kim, like, hey, does that feel like uncomfortable? Like if you're just like doing your, you know, casual, like just preparing and things, just talking to your, you know, co-workers, and suddenly you fucking ask, and you're like, oh god. Yeah, I also wish you would explain a bit more. Okay, so we have oh no. We have a child. Hey, it's a kid, brother. No, it's a cinema. Yes, it's a bar. Oh, this is gonna be... Oh my god, this is gonna be rough. There's a child involved, this is gonna be rough. You've seen him before. Is he potentially somebody who got reincarnated and is now back here again? Does that happen? By the way, I asked this question in episode 2, I believe. How many people actually pop up in this place? And again, is it like Japan only? Because the amount of people that die within the same day or within a year, let's just be more gracious with time. At the same time, must be pretty high, right? Like, so I'm just curious, like how this. I'm still more curious about this world works, but at the same time, I also fully understand that the world might not be that further explained. Oh boy, here goes. Let's fucking terrify the baby, the child. How long has it been? What? Was that a magma billiard? What was that? How long has it been since you were put in charge? 82 years now. These are planned. Oh, that's cool. Hey, that's. Didn't I fucking tell you? Didn't I fucking say episode 5? This is around the time when we get to see one of the other characters. Oh. That is a lot of times. 5,769 times. Pretty good. Are those lights? Like, those, honestly, gotta say, this billiard table with those sticks and then those balls, dude, that goes pretty hard. That is pretty cool. I like it. Oh my god, this is so cool. My god. Can we make this real? We got a bunch of bullshit in our world. Make this shit real. This would be dope. All these billionaires can make me a fucking space pool game. Also, I wonder if they're related. Is anybody related in this world, or do they just like exist? Okay, old man. Okay, God, calm down now. Oh, he's getting some memory. So he was here before. Uh-oh. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. If he remembers before the game starts that he's dead, then there's no point of the game anymore. Then like, how does this evolve? Hey, that kid has nothing to do with this. I know he's already dead, but like, come on now. So it must be a person that got reincarnated then. Especially because we got the this discussion where she said she has been in charge for 82 years. So somebody in those 82 years probably got reincarnated, is now back here again. What an interesting conversation we're having here. Also, how long has Dekin been working here? Suffered. Like, come on, man. Tower managers, okay. Okay, she's a tower manager, so there must be more. We saw in episode 2 that there's like multiple arbiters in the train. So and she's a tower. We're getting some lore. This is the lore episode. We got lore in the 2nd episode. Now we're getting lore in the 5th episode. Okay, cool. Hey, don't. That is also interesting. Because him saying that means, I think it's actually literal thing that like God used to be there. I mean, this is a place of judgment. This is a place of souls passing on. So maybe God did leave, and now they had to change the rules. Maybe since God left, things have changed around here. Or maybe it was always like this, and God couldn't take it anymore. Who knows? Oh, here it comes. Oh, we're getting some Hinduism. Some Buddhism, pardon me. I meant to say Buddhism.
ところがたくさんの罪人が後に続き糸が切れることを恐れた神田とは他の罪人を落とし
I think I heard of this vaguely. Because the interesting thing is, Japan does have a mixture of Shintoism, Buddhism, and Christianity. So when I looked up some Japanese mythology, it did actually talk about like how they also follow a lot of like the Buddhist beliefs. So I think I recall this story being mentioned vaguely. It wasn't going to great length, but like there was something about it. You've been speaking all the time. What just happened? Wait, is that kid involved in things? What is that? Who are you, kid? Excuse me? Not only do we have to deal with somebody who clearly was here before, but now the kid is just like... Well... What the kid's God? It's like, I see this place hasn't changed since I left. Death March. Okay, and then here we have all the planets in our moon. Again, that pool table, baller. It has balls, planets, it's all baller. Don't you recognize me, Decim? Okay, but I feel like he's going to escape from that. Because he wants a private discussion. Oh, we get another character. There he is. Okay. Oh, so she is the exception. She is the... because I did ask. I was like, what if somebody does come in here and... fully recalls everything. Okay. Yeah, because she already knew. Oh, and that's why it's a 3 months term. Okay. Because in the end of... pardon me for punching the mic. In the end of episode 2, we do get a call from Decim to Nora saying... and she's like, yeah, I know, a 3 months term. So that's what he was talking about. Oh, we have an arbiter fight. Water against threats. Interesting. So, but why... to be fair, Decim does seem like the more stronger one. Oh. Oh, there she is. Oh no, no! I have a feeling I know where she hit. This is the episode I mentioned. Like, we're gonna see a lot more characters.
相手にしないくせに。
なんか。ええ、そうなんですが。
Sorry. He's like right there. He's like fucking like just dead. Well, not dead, but he's just there. Sorry, Henry. I'll move you for a hot second. He's just there like, I can't fucking move. Oh, please. And they're just talking shit about him like, hey man, don't you could have just easily dealt with him. Why are you giving him some time? He's a waste of time. He's like, huh? Hey, I'm still here, you know? Come on now. You think just because I can't move, I can't listen? My ears still function.
あれのせいで子供から注意がそれた。
はい。
アホ、記憶のない人間など存在しない。死んだショックで曖昧だとしても。
I see. She's like that. Basically, was a test to see how much he's paying attention. I guess how well he's doing. Clearly, because he was freaking out over remembering things. The important part was there's a person here that you didn't have their memory shared to you. So that should have been like your focus.
潜在的な記憶は消えないの。
はい。
このテストが何のために行われているかわかる？
いえ。
心の闇をできるだけ吐かせた上で裁定を下す。
Yeah, you know that.
その極限状態を作り出すには人間の記憶が必要不可欠だからよ。
No, that's fair, yeah. Because how are you gonna judge somebody if you don't know who they were before?
いえ。
Because you just because in this case you're just judging them from like a short like 5 minute well depends on how long the game is, like a half an hour game. That's not enough to like know. You need to know their memories, you need to know how they were before, and then you see the true self come out. And also the cleanup.
それでギンティは何しに来たんですか？
はあ底なしのバカだな、お前。
Says the one who came in here destroyed things. But to be fair, Dekim does seem to be a bit absent-minded. What the hell am I looking? Okay, that's a look. I'll give you that. Is somebody bleeding? If there's... Pardon me. Pardon me. I didn't know I was talking to her. Okay. But I want to say, what was I about to say? This whole place really has like a really cool atmosphere. I really like how the world looks in this place. In whatever in-between stage between like judgment this is.
坊やがダメだったの？よくわかるわね、カストラ。クイーンのテストでしょ？坊やは最低者何年目だっけ？5年目。
Oh! Okay, so Dekim is actually pretty new compared to like how long she's been there, you know?
それでもバカに比べたらマシだけどね。ギンティのこと？
Is she looking... Is everything here like space related? she clearly was looking at a Earth-shaped, well, colored lollipop.
だいたい1時間に7000人。
7,000 7,000 an hour?
ギンティ、デキムに任せておけばいいんだよ。ノーナさんだってそう言ってるんだからさ。
うるせえな。こいつ見てるとイライラすんだよ。
デキムの裁定に関して僕たちが口出すこと。
So I assume Ginty has been here for either equal amount of time or longer. Because he's clearly seeing Dekim, who's like seen as like a prodigy student, even though he's making mistakes, you know, he makes mistakes. But like looks like a lot of people like how Dekim has been like mentioned by almost everybody that we've met now that has not interacted with him personally. Castro and has the old man been like mentioned his name? All we know is that he said I'm the closest to God around here. they have mentioned Dekim, and they do seem to have like high hopes for him, or at least they have some respect for him. But Ginty seems to be on the opposite end. He's kind of like looking at Dekim like, you're a fucking idiot.
お客さん来るんでしょもう行こう
わかったよ
クラビスお客様は
デキムは休みだって
The day off. Okay, well,
じゃあね
time to clean up around here.
わかりました
Does she get to like know anything of? Oh, well, just bring her. Ever so oh, that's very sweet. Ever so gently. I mean, even the thing is, even Nona was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll give you that extension." That must be like a high level exception in this case. Then the fact that Ginty himself like shows up and be like, "Hey, stop wasting your time, judge her."
Jimmy は嬉しく思いました。
Jimmy!
まだわからないけど、なんだかとっても仲良くなれる。
And the dog's just there. The dog's just like, she's like, I guess I'm here.
夜、ジミーはお母さんにその話をしました。お母さんがその女の子の名前をチャボだと教えてくれました。
Wow, fancy.
温かいココアを飲みながら。
As Jimmy drank his hot cocoa, it was full of poison. And outside we see some Italian mafioso man. It's like, Trouble sends out her regards. Jimmy's in love. Very sweet story though. Very sweet. And once again awake. And she's gonna be like, not again. How many times do I dream the same shit? You also fell asleep in your work clothes. Oh, wow. That really? I don't know why. For me, that episode felt like it flew by. I was about to say like how I like how this episode gave me like a twist after twist. At first, I thought like, okay, we have somebody to deal with that actually remembers being in this place, which I wonder if that can actually happen. Like if somebody who got reincarnated years later comes back and then somehow remembers the first time being here, if that is possible. I do wonder if that can happen here. Do not tell me if that's going to be anything in the future episodes. I want to figure that out. I want to see that myself. But then we also got to see like an arbiter show up and be like, "Hey, you're bending the rules too much. This person's not supposed to be here." And now we know that Miss Unknown, which we still don't have a name for her, she remembered that she was dead. She actually had her memories. Oh, the book is called Chabot. Okay, interesting. I wonder if that's going to be an important role in the future, where both Nona and Miss Unknown will remember the same story somehow. If that is going to play a role. Or if that's just... No, I wonder if that's maybe something that, you know, Miss Unknown remembered as a childhood story, and now Nona is like... Because Nona did say she was very curious about humans. Before she erased the memory, she saw this little story, and now she's reading it herself. Especially because it's like it's a child trying to express their emotions, right? You could technically see how there's like a comparison to a child trying to express their emotion to the arbiters, especially Dekim and Nona, who have a certain limit on knowledge of human emotion. Like I would say I would say Nona definitely knows about human emotions a lot more than Dekim does, but at the end, you know, she did say humans are interesting. Like it's they're very hard to like pin down when it comes to like, they're not like one-dimensional, which is now that I say that, Castor did say she likes people being one-dimensional because that's probably the simplest way to like, well, judge somebody. But yeah, no, we got very interesting double twists here. So Miss Unknown actually knew like she was dead, and then Dekim erased her memories and now extended the judgment. Interesting. And he did say he respects people that lived a fulfilled life. So she must have lived a good life then, like a very fulfilled life, and he got that memory of that. I wonder why Nona agreed to give him that 3-month period of like she gets to work with him. That means then all the other arbiters are oh yeah, interesting. Think about it now. All the other arbiters work by themselves, and it looks like not only that, they all have different types of powers. So Skinty definitely had the power of water by his side. So in episode 2, when Miss Unknown and Nona were in the train, we did see there was not a single other human being like her around. Okay, so she is definitely an exception. She is an exception. That was the first hint that she was not technically meant to be there. Okay. Episode 5 brought a lot of questions, but also gave us some answers. I'm very curious how this is going to go on. Again, it felt like it flew by. That pool table, make that shit real. I'm not kidding. That needs to be a real thing. I don't care if if you make it into like some sort of like holographic thing. Just give me 2 lightsaber sticks. Give me the balls being the planets, and when you score them in the hole, they drop down and then start forming our solar system. Just do that. Yes, please. Come on. That should be a thing. Okay. I am so fascinated by this show. This show is absolutely... I can see why people loved the show when it came out. Story-wise, it's really cool. It's like it's a mystery, but in the same, like I would even argue like the whole like judgment of the souls and all that is more of a B plot. The A plot is more like, who is she? Who is this person? Why did Dekim like ask for an extension on the judgment? Why? Like, well, we kind of have an idea why, but what's going to happen to her once like the 3 months is over? Will she gain her memories back? Is she going to be judged? Is this Dekim's way to like learn for himself? Like, just learn about human emotions more. A little like 3 months like study time for him. Who knows? I really am curious though, like what's going to happen. And the fact that I know there's only 1 season means that the story will have an end, or at least maybe an open end. Who knows? Again, I don't know. Y'all who watched the show already will know. I'm the one here speculating. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm curious. But hey, I guess correctly, we got to see a lot more characters. And I'm also kind of like I'm glad that, because I've mentioned, pretty sure I mentioned in episode 2 how I like that we are being put in this world without really being told how the world works. Like as in like we get to like know how the world works throughout the show, right? It's not like an exposition of like, this is the world, have fun. It's not like Toriko or Fullmetal Alchemist, where it's like talking about like oh, the world consists of different type of foods, or in Fullmetal Alchemist's case, like the alchemy is a power source and so on and so forth, and these are some things that are forbidden, and then you go in this world being like, okay, I understand that now. Now I have now I understand the world a little bit, and then you get to know more over time. Now you go in here, no idea what's going on, and throughout the show, you slowly but surely get more and more little tidbits. Cool. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm honestly super curious how this is going on. I'm going to enjoy reacting more to this show, and I think I'm going to be done with the show pretty fast then, because I really want. I think I'm just going to start recording a reaction every single time before I start streaming, because then that's a little routine I make for myself, at least on the weekdays, not on the weekends. On the weekends, it's going to be a bit tough because reading SCPs takes a lot of time and energy, so I'd rather just keep that to itself. So I would probably say I will record 3 episodes a week and then edit every once or so often when I can. But yeah, all right. That was with you, and wish you all good morning, afternoon, evening, and a good night. Ciao.